Hello, everyone, and welcome to BrokeN Boys. This is episode 28?
20.
Okay. I should have checked that. Episode 28. I'm Mike.
And I'm Colin.
And, yeah, here we are, back in video. And, oh, shit.
Shit. Yes. Sorry, I forgot to put that away after punishing Mike for last week.
Yeah. That was painful. But 27 lashes later, here we are. We are here, back in the flesh, back in here and in there.
Don't touch me.
I was gonna do it to you. I'm like, yeah. How you doing this week?
I'm doing all right. You know, we had that long weekend.
Yep.
Long weekend.
Yeah.
And came back, did not want to do school, but you know what? The day after I came back, I didn't have to do school because my class was canceled.
Yep.
So
Mr. 4-day weekend over here.
Yes, sir. So I got 4 days off. I did nothing with them. I mean, well, I did stuff with like the actual weekend, but on Tuesday I was like, relaxation.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice, and glad it went that way because coming back to school after any sort of longer break than 2 days is a pain in the ass. So
That's true.
Glad that worked out the way it did. But how was your week?
It was fine. I mean, I don't know. It feels like a long time ago that we did the podcast.
Honestly,
there's been a lot of stuff that happened since last week. Just, I don't know, going home for Labor Day weekend and then doing things over Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
And then a lot of music just stuff happened this week, at least that I have to talk about. Yeah, it was just a lot. But like in terms of like life and stuff, it's fine. Kind of in the same place. It just there's a lot of things I want to do and needing the time to do it. And I'm probably gonna do some tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, weekend stuff. Get some stuff done.
Cool.
Yeah.
What'd you do over your long weekend?
Well, we did a few things. I ate like shit. Like Friday night we got Portillo's, which is a good restaurant chain here in Chicagoland, sort of. Well, I think they're in a lot of places, but like
It's mostly
it's a
Illinois.
Chicago thing, yeah. I got some dinner there on Friday. Then Saturday we went out to like a really nice restaurant at a casino over in a city near us, and that was really good. It was with my family, so they paid for me, but I think my meal was probably like $60, just me, and it makes me feel bad, but like I don't know, we don't do that like that often. Like we've probably only done that like once or twice before, like ever. So it was kind of a special thing to do that. And then Sunday we had a little get together with family for Labor Day. So then I ate trash there because it was party food. And then Monday was leftovers of the party food.
Yeah.
And, yeah. But I mean, like all in all though, like that restaurant experience and then having the Labor Day party was nice. It was good.
Does sound like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When you told me that meal by your meal by itself was like $60, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I got like a $10 cheesecake though, and that shit was worth every penny of that $10. Can't quite say that for the other two dishes I got, but that cheesecake was. They were still good. They just weren't like for the price that they were good. You know what I mean?
Was it gold plated?
No. Well, it was like some sort of like seafood combination stuff with like some wine sauce. And like, yeah, that was like about 40 right there. And it was good. Like it was
what kind
pretty
of seafood
good.
did it have on it?
There was shrimp in there. There was Why can't
Crab,
nope.
lobster,
Nope.
mussels?
I think there was a little bit of crab. Yeah, it was a little bit of lobster. I think it wasn't a lot, and scallops were in there. Those were really good scallops actually, but the shrimp was pretty good, and the lobster couldn't really tell. It was very small amounts, and I'm not even sure if it was lobster, but that was good. And then I also got a lobster bisque as an appetizer, like a soup bisque. And that was good. That was also $10. I wouldn't say it was quite $10 level, but then again, they probably use like actual lobster in it, so like that's probably why. It was but
I mean, it sounds good.
It was good. It was just very expensive.
I mean, like when I took my parents like out for each of their birthdays, I took them to that sushi restaurant, and like it was like $70 for both of us, both times, but like $60 for one person, dude.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But well, it sounds good though, and it sounds like you had a fun weekend.
It's at a casino too, so I mean, like, they
probably
well, no, we had to like walk past like the casino to like get to the restaurant, not like through it, but past it. And like as we were walking past, like one of the guards was like, or not guards, but like, oh, maybe
security guard?
Security, I guess is the best way to put it. They're on the outside, and they were like pointing at me. They're like, "Come here," and they're like, "Can I see your ID?" And we're like, "Oh, we're not here to gamble." And I feel like it's kind of weird, like that, like a family of four would gamble together.
Right. Yeah.
But she was like, "Do you see your ID?" We're like, "Oh, we're not gambling. We're just going to the restaurant." She's like, "Oh, okay."
Okay. I feel like you could be taken for like a person in their
that's 21.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know. My brother passed for 21, I guess. But
it's like what, 24?
Something like that. Yeah. Actually, I think he's 24. Yeah, later this year.
Yeah,
but
I was just guessing. But.
Yeah. No, it's okay. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's good that they were doing that, I guess, but at the same time, context clues? Maybe. I don't know. Like, we weren't like approaching the gate either. Like, we were like, whatever. Complete side story. But yeah, what'd you do over your Labor Day weekend? You did quite a few things.
Yeah,
well.
I watched a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Came home on Friday, and I watched the Billie Eilish concert on Disney Plus with my siblings and my mom. Really solid. It was just her Happier Than Ever album played out, and she had like an orchestra, and there was like a Disney animated version of her that she mocapped for throughout the thing, and it was good. And then later that day we went to an escape room. It was like a mafia theme, and you had to like the goal was to like you had to get into the mafia by stealing a championship Bears ring. And
like Chicago Bears?
Yeah.
Okay.
And no, the Toronto Bears. And that was fun. We failed, but it was we only had a few rooms left, so it could have gone worse. Like there's this portion where you go into like this. You're about to go into like a subway train. Yeah. And you have to like match up the colors with something, and it's like we were at like 2 minutes, and we were all like, "Fuck, come on!" And like it was not going our way, but we did okay. There was a lot of yelling at each other, and
I can imagine.
Yeah, me and my siblings and my mom, it was just like, fuck, dude. But like there was a lot of math involved, and I was like, ugh, that's not my thing. So we had my younger brother do it, and he did well with it. We would have gotten past this one portion quicker, because there's this wall of plugs, and you had to like plug in certain plugs to get in between a certain range of numbers. Yeah. And there was one plug that was like broken, so like it wasn't supposed to be broken, but it was broken.
Oh, okay.
And like the prong part stuck in the wall, but like the like the sleeve for it came out.
Oh.
And we thought, oh shit, we weren't supposed to do that, so we didn't move it. But apparently that wasn't supposed to be broken. So yeah. Otherwise, really cool. And then the guy showed us the rest of the escape room, and we got to go on like the subway train thing, and they were like, it was set in like the 80s, I think, like the late 80s or 90s or early 90s.
90s mafia, I guess.
Yeah. And there was like there were like posters all above us on the train. There was one with Bill Cosby. I was like, uh-oh. And then it's...
Is he part of the mafia?
Instead of Jello Pops, it's a J-Lo Pops, so...
Jesus.
So I was like, ha ha. But, yeah, that was fun. And then on Saturday, what did I do on Saturday? I went to my mom's boyfriend's house, and we had, like, grilled food. We went out, and then before that we went out to lunch, but it was a good day. And then Sunday, hung out with my dad, and we watched the Shinedown Attention film, and that was cool. It was just, that album played out as well. There was like kind of a story. It was just like a big music video, really.
Okay.
But it was like, it was good. You know, I forgot how good that album was. I like that album a lot. And then later that night we went to see Shang-Chi, which was really good. If you like Marvel movies and you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. Really good visuals, really good story, some badass fight choreography, just really good. Probably one of my favorite Marvel movies right now. I really like that one. But Monday, didn't do a whole hell of a lot. Just I spent some time with my dad, and then I left. I came back here and did laundry when I got back. So
nice.
Just a pretty busy weekend.
Yeah. You didn't do laundry at home?
No.
Oh, okay.
I figured that might as well just wait till I got home that night. I was like, or wait till I got back to the dorm that night and be like, okay, time to do laundry.
I don't remember. Do you have to pay for laundry at our school? Okay, you don't. Okay. I brought some of mine home just so I could do some free laundry.
Well, yeah, you make sense.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, I don't feel like bringing back all this shit.
Gotcha.
And I did like bring extra clothes back. So I didn't have enough room in my backpack if I wanted to do that anyway. So. Yeah. But yeah, good weekend.
Cool. Yeah, it sounds like you did a lot. I don't remember. Have you done an escape room before?
No, that was my first one. Gotcha. So that was.
Yeah, that would be a fun thing to do with like me, you, Vince, and John. I think
for sure.
We could leave the math to those two, since they're going into fields with math. I
mean, not all of them have math, but that one had a lot of it. And I was like,
okay, gotcha. Yeah, that would be fun though. I can imagine the bickering that like Vince would get into with John.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like, I was gonna say there was like I don't remember, but like, it's the biggest escape room in the Midwest.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh cool.
Like that one escape room that we did.
Is that near like our hometown?
Yeah, it's like half an hour away from where we live.
Okay, that's not bad.
Like it was maybe not even that. It was like 25 minutes. But like it was, you walk in and you don't think it's like that big, and then you go all the way back, and it's huge, and you're like, whoa.
That's cool. I like when buildings do that kind of
thing. But they also had like axe throwing, which I also want to do, because I've never done that before. But yeah,
sweet.
It was a good weekend. And I just realized that we're both wearing 12 Pilots.
Oh yes, we are. Got a rep, you know.
The other day, I realized that if I had brought a couple more 21 Pilot shirts, I would have one for every day of the week.
Nice. I have quite a few. I have a few sweatshirts as well, so I could definitely like double up most days. I think
it's kind of funny. I was like, huh. Maybe I own too much of their shit.
Maybe I like them too much. But yeah, no, that sounds great.
It was.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What should we get into next? You wanna
talk about our little excursion yesterday?
Sure. Yeah, yesterday we went to a couple record stores that are near our campus. was in an area of the campus I've never been to before, but.
Yeah.
I always knew it was there. I just never had a reason to go there, and I'm kind of sad because it did look like it was a cool, like, strip of stuff there.
Yeah.
Restaurants and whatever. But yeah, there was 2 record stores very close to one another. Yeah, I mean, we went into the first one. You had a lot of, like, definitely more vintage, classic stuff in there.
It was like vintage and obscure, like
a little bit obscure.
Like they have a lot of popular stuff, but then there's like so much shit that I've never heard of.
Yeah. It is kind of cool to just like look through that kind of stuff though, see what you can see. Sometimes boobs.
A lot of cleavage on some of those records in there.
Yeah, but I mean, it was cool in there. I definitely think for what they're doing, like I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate that more than I would. But that second one though, we went into a second one, and Colin and I have been to, well, I guess now 4 record stores together. Yeah.
Those 2 in our hometown, and then these two.
And that last one, which is I guess the 4th one, is the first one we've gone to that actually carries like a lot of modern stuff. Yeah. Like I would say, maybe mostly modern. I don't know. It's like half and half. I would say.
I feel like there's more modern than old. To be honest.
Yeah. But it's like fairly even, maybe like 60 new, 40 old.
Probably,
maybe. Something like that. And that was dangerous for me and my wallet. I was thinking, I was like, maybe I shouldn't buy anything because I don't know where to like store anything. And then like we were going through like the CDs, and I was like, oh, here's Punisher on CD. I've been meaning to get that one. Or Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers, I should say. I was like, that'd be a cool one to have. And then I saw the Kids See Ghosts one or whatever, and I was like, that would also be a cool one to have. Yeah. And then we were looking through some vinyls or whatever, and I saw it first because like they had like a little thing over it, but I saw fucking Daveed Diggs' face on like a little vinyl thing. I was like, wait, hold on, go back for a sec. Oh, it's Daveed Diggs, and it was There Existed an Addiction to Blood by Clipping, which is a really good album, but I probably wouldn't get that one on vinyl just because I don't really see that as a vinyl album. At least me personally, I don't know. But then we were searching through some stuff in the hip hop section, and I immediately went, oh! Because I saw another Clipping album. You could probably see yourself in there as well. But this is Splendor and Misery. This is what I've been wanting to get on vinyl. I talked about it in... I don't remember what
John's episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was the episode with one of the episodes with John. We talked about album covers, maybe. No, we did that with Nick.
I think it might have been the first episode. No, it wasn't the first episode.
Maybe we didn't have a theme, and I just mentioned it. But I was talking about this one because this album is very like through line. Like every song is like connected. It's like an experience and a story. And halfway through it, I'm like, oh well, how are they gonna do that, because like that song transitions into that song from face A to face B. And what they do is apparently at the end of the last song on face A, it goes into a thing called a lock groove, where it's just like this ambient noise that's just infinitely looping until you turn it off yourself, which from the minute I saw that, I was like, that's fucking cool. And I'm like, I want to get this on vinyl now. So yeah, now I have Splendor and Misery on vinyl. And because I was already spending, my mind said, fuck it, and I also got Punisher and Kids See Ghosts.
And a Clipping t-shirt.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's another cool thing about it, is we went, well, I got this, right? And then I go to my classes. I have you hold on to it for me to pick it up at the end of the day. And then I go on Instagram and I see them tweet out, Splendor and Misery turns 5 years old today. Like they posted that like at the time I was buying this pretty much. I was like, oh shit. And because of that, there was a sale on a website for a bunch of Clipping merch, and I was looking at it. I probably shouldn't have, but I was looking at it, and there was this really cool picture of like a piano burning, which is a reference to a song on There Existed an Addiction called Piano Burning, which is 18 minutes of a piano burning. It's definitely very abstract, but the picture looked really cool, and it had their like logo on the back as well. And I was like, fuck. So what I did is I applied to a job, and in the same night I got accepted. So then I bought the shirt. So, but it was cool though that this turned 5 years old on the day that I buy it.
Yeah, that is pretty sick.
Just gonna put that there for the rest of the episode because it's an adventure course to get back over there. But yeah, sorry, I took up that whole spot.
No.
What did you think of those stories?
Well, I've been to both of them before,
Yeah.
but that second one's definitely better than the first one.
Yeah.
For our tastes.
For sure.
But we were looking through the CDs. I saw To Pimp a Butterfly, and I was like, I've always meant to get this on either or record or CD, and I bought that one. I wanted to get something else, but I didn't know what else to get, and I just went with that for now. So I got To Pimp a Butterfly on CD.
Mm-hmm.
But something I found really funny was that you guys know how a few months ago we talked about that Location Sessions Record Store Day 21 Pilots vinyl.
Yeah, that we had trouble. Well, we thought we pre-ordered it, but we didn't, and the store wasn't clear about that, and then a whole fiasco of bad review and
So this second record store that we went to had 7 of them.
Yeah, we walked in and Colin was like, "Oh, hey, look what they have displayed over there," and I was like, "Oh, it's the Location Sessions vinyl." And then we also saw it in another section.
Yeah, it was
we're
a record store day category that they had.
Yeah, and we're like, "Oh, there's another one." And as we were looking at the very end, we're like, "Oh, here's 5 of them under the 21 Pilots section." It might have even been 6. And I was like, "This is fucking." We probably talked about that for 20, 30 minutes on the episode,
Yeah.
just fuck that store. And then the next one, okay, we got our thing. And now this, it wasn't even that exclusive, I guess.
Oh my god, I felt so dumb.
Yeah.
But
we couldn't have known that.
yeah, we really couldn't have. But still, that's just so fucking funny. Oh god, I feel bad for that record store, but also,
yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah,
I'll probably never go in there again because their selection wasn't that good. So,
it was that's definitely the smallest one we've been to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It kind of had a cool used vibe to it, which I
Yeah.
think some people would like. But
It was just that one was an obscure store.
for sure, it was also a news store. But
that's true.
But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, those record stores are cool, and
Mm-hmm.
we were at lunch, and I was like, "Want to go to the record store?" And he was like, "Yeah." So,
Yeah, because we had a little extra time than usual on the day where I already have a lot of time.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, that was cool. And then also yesterday when what was I gonna say? Well, yesterday when Mike was done with his lesson, lesson. We came back and we played Overcooked. We beat both Overcooked
Mm-hmm.
this week. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yep.
But now I don't know what to play.
Yeah, we're trying to 3-star all the things in Overcooked 2.
Yeah. Might try Overcooked 1, but that'll be a pain in the ass.
Some of those are insane. There was one ice level towards the end of that game. Was it the last level before the final one?
I think it might have been.
Yeah. It was literally hell. We're like, I felt so helpless.
But as we were playing Overcooked 2, there was a PlayStation showcase going on, and for most of it, it was like, this is boring as fuck. But then at the end, they showed the people who made Spider-Man for the PlayStation are making a Wolverine game, and then they showed gameplay and story off for God of War Ragnarok, and then they showed a teaser for Spider-Man 2, and it was like, my mind's exploding.
Triple punch.
But oh my god, I'm so excited for video games, and I felt bad because I was distracted while
it's
we were
okay.
playing.
It's okay. No, I get it.
But yeah, that was an exciting portion to the week, and next week a game comes out that I've been excited for since they announced the release date of the PS5, and I'm probably gonna be sunk into that for a while. But other than that, nothing else super exciting during the week.
Okay.
I don't think.
Do I have anything else? No, not much. So, yeah, I mean, kind of bouncing off of that. It's not going to sound related at first, but it ties into what you were talking about. So Radiohead, they kind of have been teasing a thing, and it's coming out in November, I think. It's a Kid A and Amnesiac combined album for its 20th anniversary. They did a similar thing for OK Computer. I actually have that vinyl displayed up there. Which you can't see, but Colin can, as well as Kid A. Hello,
yes.
Kid A.
Yeah. And a Moonshaped Pool.
And a Moonshaped Pool. And then Rainbows just went down the other day, so. Yeah, it's called Kid Amnesia, just putting them together and getting rid of the C, I guess. And with that, they released, like, a lot of different stuff, and I almost impulse spent some more money this week until I was like, hold on a second. I was like, okay, so I do really like Kid A, but I already have that on vinyl and CD. Mm-hmm. And Amnesiac is one of my least favorites from them. It's still good, but I probably wouldn't listen to it all that much. So realistically, I would be getting Kid A again and then just some leftovers. And I'm like, You know what? They're likely going to put this on streaming services, which they are. I didn't know that at the time. And so I can just listen to that stuff there. And I was like, okay, we don't need to spend money. I was just going to buy like the CD, not the $120 Pearl vinyl, which did look cool, but like, yeah, I don't need that. I don't got the mic for that.
Your Radiohead addiction.
Yeah, Radiohead vinyl addiction. Hey, they look good on vinyl.
They do look good on vinyl. I mean, they make some good record, or good album art. Yeah. So.
But, yes, along with that, they released a song from the B-sides or whatever called "If You Say the Word." Really good Radiohead song. I was listening to Amnesiac on the way here, and like I'd say it's better than like half of Amnesiac. Not as good as Kid A stuff, but it's pretty good. And also, this is where it ties in to what we were talking about with the PS thing. I wasn't paying attention. We were focused on Overcooked at the time, but Radiohead had like a thing during the PlayStation thing, which it sounds so weird at first, but apparently they're doing like an exhibition that's partnered with Epic Games, tied in with the Kid Amnesiac thing. I don't know if it's just gonna be like a visual album or like visual something with it. Yeah. I put Radiohead Fortnite concert in question mark there. Yeah, no, I thought that was interesting that happened, and I didn't even notice it. But,
nah, it'll be Radiohead Roblox.
That's another thing. Did that happen this week?
That happens the next week, I think.
But it was announced this week that 21 Pilots are doing 21 Pilots are doing a Roblox concert. Yeah. Like, official Roblox concert.
Yeah, it's super silly. Like, on Twitter, I was seeing, I'm 26 years old and I'm playing Roblox.
Yeah.
But, like, that's super weird. But, like, they seem to be having fun with it. Yeah. So, it's just kind of silly.
I need to watch that video that you were telling me about.
Speaking of Fortnite, though, did you see that Martin Luther King thing?
No.
They did a like Martin Luther King tribute on Fortnite. And
that's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. I think it was like a speech or something, and people, they're kids, so they're fucking in their Morty and Rick skins, and they're like T-posing as Martin Luther King's doing his fucking speech. Like, how insensitive do you have to be to do that?
That's why I started laughing. I started thinking of the characters during Martin Luther
doing the fucking Fortnite dances while Martin Luther King's like, I had a dream, and it's like, what the fuck were you thinking of?
Time and place.
Like, it's nice and all that you wanted to pay tribute to Martin Luther King, Epic, but like, what? On what fucking planet did you think it was that your fan base and your player base would be respectful during that? Like, that's fucking ridiculous.
So stupid. I did not hear about that.
My God.
That is... Oh my god. That's
Tragic.
amazing.
It's just,
Like, amazingly awful.
yeah, that's, oh my god.
It's just one of those things. Oh, man.
Yeah, awful. But off the topic of Fortnite.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention. We forgot to mention last week that Bo Burnham released his released Inside on both CD and vinyl for pre-order, and we bought both of those each
On CD and vinyl.
signed CD.
Yeah, that was 1 cent more than the regular
And
CD.
vinyl. And it was $50.
Yeah.
So that's another thing for
Oh,
you.
fuck. I just impulse spent $50 2 weeks in a row on music.
Yeah. Hey man, it's gonna be your career. It's what we're doing right now. So
Not currently my career.
no, but we both work for the same service now.
Yeah.
So.
But, yeah, but, cool. You got anything else to talk about? We just got some music news now. There's a lot of music things that came out and news and stuff like that. Anything before the big one for you? I have a second one.
21 Pilots had their first show back.
Oh yeah.
I watched some of it. Seemed really fucking cool. It got me really excited for our show in October.
Mm-hmm.
They did a cover of Not Okay, I Promise by My Chemical Romance mixed with Shy Away, and if they don't keep that on the set list, I'm gonna riot. But yeah, it looks really cool, and I'm really fucking excited. Otherwise, other than what we have to talk about in a sec, not really.
Yeah, I mean, there was some news of Half Alive was teasing.
Yeah.
They said, like, something's coming or some shit. I don't know. I'm hoping they have something out before we see them. See them at the concert, because currently they have 3 songs out right now.
Yeah.
Currently, I don't really love any of them. I definitely like Summerland the most, and that's kind of close to the love level. But, like, I don't know, I'm hoping to get a project of some stuff that I like a little bit better. But nevertheless, even if they don't, I'm perfectly happy seeing some Now Not Yet stuff live. That's also displayed up there at the moment. I just got to reference each of these. Actually, we basically have, except for Now Not Yet, because Location Sessions is also up there.
Yeah, you're right.
So Pictures at an Exhibition, that's a great vibe. There we go. Now we mentioned them all.
So it's 3 Radiohead up there, Location Sessions, Half Alive, and a classic vinyl.
Pictures at an Exhibition by
that.
fucking, I don't remember his last name. It's like Mussolini or something.
Mussolini?
Not that. It's like Musag. I don't know. But anyways, completely off topic. Yeah, I'm happy to see Half Alive live.
Yeah. Half Alive live.
Half Alive live. And I'm also planning on getting a shirt from them when we go there. Probably,
for sure.
Probably not from the 21 Pilots, unless they have a really cool thing.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get both, but
yeah, I don't have that kind of money. Well, maybe I will buy them. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see.
Then also 100 Gex teasing. I know you're so excited for that. They said 100,000 Gex soon, which their last album was. Oh no, 10,000 Gex soon, because their last album was 1,000 Gex.
Exciting.
They're very, very creative. Yes.
Why didn't they just start with a self-title like 100 Gex and
easy.
then like 1,000 Gex?
It's too normal.
Okay.
I listened to 1,000 Gex on the way to school the other day. I shouldn't like it, but it's so good. We can talk about that later. But yeah.
Before we get what's that thing on 100 Gex? Yeah, what is that?
Well, this is a conversation I had with my friends again, and this shocked me. It really did. I first saw this on Billie Eilish's Instagram story, and I was like, what the fuck? Okay, so read this out loud and tell me what the end of that sentence is.
You get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is 100% what it... Well, okay, that's what we were raised on. Apparently, like, most people... Like, we were in the minority. Like, I think a third of the people said what we said. Apparently, it's you get what you get and you don't get upset.
No.
And I was like, what the fuck to all of that? And then Billy, like, clarified later. She's like, by the way, the majority of the people were right. So she thinks that as well. And I was like, and I like, was sending that to my friends. And Daniel's like, well, that is the one that rhymes. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I mean, get what you get, don't get upset. Or, sorry, get what you get, don't throw a fit. Like, get it's
fit.
like GIT almost.
Yeah.
And then they're like, what the fuck? That's not how I say get. I'm like, do you say get? Like, literally get? I feel like I never say...
what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
But if you get what you get, don't get upset. But I think whenever I say the word get, I say get, like that.
Yeah.
When I think get, like that feels unnatural to me. And the first thing I thought of was the nobody wants Burger King foot in their lettuce. Maybe what you get.
Number 15.
Maybe what
Burger
you
King
get.
foot lettuce.
That's what I thought. That right there. But, like, apparently most people do that. And literally in our Discord group of, like, I don't know, 5 people that talk regularly, only one of them agreed with me. I was like, wow. What are you talking about? It's always when you get what you get, you don't throw a fit.
Yeah, what?
I've never
heard you don't get upset.
I know, and apparently that's the right one. I'm like, no. What the fuck? I'm glad we agree on this, because I felt like I was going insane.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And... yeah, and like Daniel's like, well, it's definitely if that's the one that rhymes, and apparently he says get, he doesn't pronounce it like get. I've never noticed that before either. That I say the word get.
I think I say
that.
It both ways, to be honest.
I say get. Like
if
I
get what you get.
Like if I were to say like I'm gonna go get a drink or something like that, I definitely say
you get. Yeah.
I can't think of a scenario where I like say get, even when I'm like, oh, I forget. Like I say forget.
Yeah, forget. Yeah, I don't say forget.
Exactly.
And.
Maybe that's like...
Which is weird, because you don't say yet, like yet.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, and like that's what Daniel was yelling at me, because that's his favorite argument when it comes to English. Like with like the word caramel. GIF. No, more like with caramel. Do you say caramel?
I say caramel.
Okay, I also do caramel.
Who the fuck says caramel? That sounds too fucking, like, proper.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Caramel. I'm going to eat some caramel.
That's Daniel's favorite thing. He's like, oh, I'm going to go on the carousel or whatever. Like, but I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that was just an interesting one, and I'm really glad we agree on that.
Yeah, you remember how last week we were talking about what music meant?
Yeah.
And, you know, stuff like Alzheimer's and stuff like that. How intellectual we sounded last week.
You get what you get. You don't throw a fit.
Yeah, we're never gonna be that intellectual again, I don't think.
We don't know. Maybe one day we'll come with our sources cited in suits and ties.
Yeah, we're never gonna go that mega brain again.
Yeah, I do really like that. That's one of my
really
favorite
episodes.
That may be my favorite episode of ours. I'd have to look through again, but. Yeah.
Also, last Thursday, we went to Mike, and Vince went to Chili's.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my God, I'm remembering the one thing.
And I forgot what it came. I think Vince was saying, we were talking about corn on the cob. And
okay, yeah.
Vince was talking about how he really likes to floss. And I made a joke saying like, oh, it's like a fetish of his. And we kept playing off of that, and we made like a bunch of corn sex puns. Like, do I make you corny, baby? We didn't say that, but that's funny. And shit like that, and I thought that was really funny. And then we also were talking about...
well, we went to like this lookout thing.
Oh yeah.
Like it was kind of, I've never actually like seen one before, but it's like kind of like a couple's lookout sort of thing, and like we went up there just to like see it, not as a couple, although we could have.
A throuple.
A throuple, yeah. And as we were leaving from that, Vince was like, I'm going to put on some mood music or something like that. And he only had the radio station because his aux wasn't working. He's like, I'm going to turn on some mood music. Turns out, it's fucking Usher's, yeah. I started dying laughing. That was one of the funniest, like, because he wasn't planning that at all.
No.
Like, it was silence and he went on into that. And oh my God, that was so fucking funny.
I have not laughed as hard as I laughed that night.
Yeah.
In a while.
That was a really good night. Yeah.
We also talked about something that my roommate does, where he'll leave the room and he'll go, I'll be back in this amount of time. and then it'll come back and be like, how long was it? And we'll say like, oh, it was like 5 more minutes than you said it was gonna be, and be like, oh, okay. But I was like, what if you just like, I'll be back in 2 minutes. You jumped out the window.
They just kept getting more absurd.
It was so fucking funny. It was such a good night. I felt like there were families around us.
Yeah, we went to
Chili's.
I always get them and Applebee's mixed up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Applebee's sucks, but Chili's.
I think I went to Applebee's once with you guys after we like did like working out like at the gym.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's the only time I've ever been there. But yeah, still,
Yeah.
we were laughing so hard in that fucking Chili's.
There were like families around us, and it was like crying, laughing. It was a good night.
That was really fucking fun.
But also that night, what dropped, Mike?
Well, 3 things dropped. We got the good, the bad, and the boring.
The bad and the ugly.
Yeah. But I think what you were referring to was Imagine Dragons. They dropped. But also alongside them, Drake did Certified Lover Boy. That would be the bad. And then Imagine Dragons would be the boring, in my opinion. I mean, it was.
What was
it
the good?
Little Simz. The Little Simz record drop,
okay,
which I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, you can talk about that. I still listen to it.
Yeah. You're going to listen to some of it. Spoiler alert. But yeah, we got 3 drops. Do you want to talk about Drake first, since you had a little experience? We'll get progressively better.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do.
You know, speaking in the sense of what the sense is supposed to be, in the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
I'd call this the bad and the ugly.
Yeah.
Drake's album Certified Lover Boy drops, and the first song, you know, the flow and the lyrics were okay.
Not to interrupt you, but I haven't listened to it. Just want to let you know, it was just Colin.
Well,
sort of. You had more than I did.
And like throughout the first song, there's a Beatles. I think it's I forget what the Beatles song is, but it's like a Beatles song that's chipmunkified throughout the whole of the song, and it was so distracting that I couldn't focus on the actual lyrics. It was real bad. But, like, other than the distracting part, it was okay. And the second song, forgettable, can't remember what the fuck happened on it. And then the third song, that's I'm sure you guys have heard of it at this point, but it's the lyric where he goes, "Oh, girl, you're a lesbian? Me too." He says it 4 times. That's the hook of the song. Which
I didn't know until yesterday when you told me that. I thought you said that only once. He was confident enough to put that in there as the chorus, right?
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep. I couldn't get past the third song, and I'm not going back to it because Jesus Christ. And I had one person tell me that it was better than Donda, and I went, what?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was like, and I was like, Drake is trash. And he went, what? And I was like, yeah. But like, oh, dude, awful.
Yeah, which reminds me that if you guys haven't seen, Fantano did a little like debate with a Drake stan on like that guy's Twitch stream. I believe his name's Los Pollos TV, and they just had a discussion about it because Fantano gave it a 3, rightfully so, higher than Skill and Icy, but we don't need to talk about that. But
I feel like if we were to do that, we'd be on the the top stand versus the Fantano.
Versus Fantano.
It's just us 2 guys. I don't understand.
It's
why
catchy. Very strange.
Come on.
But yeah, you're not wrong. But anyways, he gave it a 3. And Los Pollos is like, nah, you're tripping. You're just a troll. And, like, trying to basically convince Fantano that he's just making jokes. But Fantano's like, no, this is how I feel. And giving, like, logical, like, arguments.
Yeah. It's like, in the past, I've liked Drake. I liked, if you're reading this, it's too late.
Yeah.
And all the songs, bangers after banger. But, like, Scorpion I didn't like. And this one, I just... Yeah. He was emotionless, and it was bad. Like,
yeah, he had good points, and he definitely shut up the Los Pollos guy.
He didn't know what the fuck to say.
He didn't. All his arguments were gone.
Yeah, but no, but yeah, but
yeah. It was really funny.
It was really funny. It was almost an hour long, and I was like,
was it that long?
Yeah, it was 52 minutes long.
I thought it was like 30 minutes. No, it was really entertaining though. I'd recommend watching that. But yeah, that's all exposure I have is the Fantana review and lesbian song.
Yeah, the 3 out of 10 for I only got through 3 songs.
There you go.
And then
wish there was only 10 songs.
Do you want to talk about Imagine Dragons or Little Simz next?
We could do Imagine Dragons since.
Okay.
Well, actually no. Let's do Little Simz since you talk mostly about that one. I could talk about the Little Simz.
Okay.
Little Simz. Where the fuck? Oh, okay, there it is. It's really, really fucking good. So Little Simz is a British rapper from Britain. And I first heard of her a couple years ago, with her last album called Gray Area. I need to listen to that more, but I did really like the song Venom on there when it came out, and now it's kind of like I don't want to say TikTok meme, but like it's kind of a trend song on there at the moment.
It's that song that goes Venom, Venom.
Not quite. It's the one that goes Venom.
Oh, that song.
Anyways.
Thought you meant Venom by amazing rapper.
The best rapper, yeah.
Yes.
Lil Simz is just right under. Yeah, no. And then I saw that she released an album called Sometimes I Might Be Introvert, which is an acronym for her name, Simbi. And then I was like, oh, I should check that out. And when I got home from driving on Friday, driving home, I saw Brad was streaming, and I was like, oh, he's doing the Imagine Dragons. I want to see what he thinks of the Imagine Dragons. But I was too late, but I saw him listening to the first song off this album, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? This sounds so good. Mm-hmm. And like, I was like, and he was like having a great time. And later he gave it 10 out of 10, which is pretty high for him. He kind of has like Fantano standards a little bit. Anyways, I went home, and well, I was already home. And I think that night I listened to it, I was like, oh yeah, there's some really good stuff on here. And then with each listen, I'm like, oh, this is really fucking good. The instrumentals in general are just like fantastic. They like the last time I can think of, like, at least on a hip hop album, like instrumentals that sound this good and this consistent would be like T-Pab, To Pimp a Butterfly. Like, except for with To Pimp a Butterfly, that was like inspired by jazz. This one's like inspired by like movie orchestras. Ooh. And not quite in the way like NF does it. It's like in a different way. Okay. And like it's so polished, it's so unique, and it sounds so good. And I like every song here, at least, and I love quite a few of them. My only issue with it is there's a little bit of pacing issues, in my opinion. Like, I think some of the tracks feel like they aren't part of the same album, which is like fine in concept, but like the first like half of the record has like such really good flow between the songs, and then all of a sudden it's like not. I'm like, oh, okay. Which is fine because the songs are good, but yeah, it was just a little jarring flow wise, and the opener is really strong, and I wish the closer was as strong. The song right before it I think would have been a better closer, but it's still good. I still like every song, and other than that, I really like it a lot. Definitely one of my favorites of the year, and currently I have it at a 9. So wow. Like it's up there for me. It's really fucking good.
I need to listen to that.
Yeah,
sounds really good.
Yeah,
I'm very interested in it now. Mm-hmm. Like I knew that you had been standing over it all week, and I was like, I should probably listen to that before Friday, but I never did. Instead, I opted yesterday to listen to Punisher.
That's okay.
Like
that's another good one.
In depth yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, I listened to it once, but I didn't like. I was like in the background. But yesterday I had the opportunity to just sit down and listen to it. I was like, oh yeah, that's nice.
That's the perfect album to do that too. Like a few nights ago. No, it was last week. Like I just had like the lights on in here. I think I had a blue or maybe like a red or something, and just like put that on, and I was like, oh. Like I had never connected to it so much. I was telling you, Moon Song was really hitting me. Yeah. Once I was like actually really paying attention, I was like, whoa, that's like one of the best here. It's so good. Yeah, Punisher, Phoebe Bridgers. That's another really very subdued, but very, very good.
Yeah, it's Little Simz.
Yeah,
sounds really interesting. I'll check that out maybe on the drive home.
Mm-hmm.
How long is it?
It's a little over an hour. It's like an hour 5. So it's a little long, but it's worth it. All the stuff there really, really good. But,
saying that that's really good in over an hour. Yeah, Drake's album is an hour and a half long.
Yep,
could have been half an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
And
kind of same thing with Donna. I've mentioned that before.
Yeah, that could have been a lot shorter.
It's like, I don't know. It's probably like an hour and a half without the part 2s.
2 hours.
Well, yeah, without the part 2s.
Oh, without the part 2s.
I think I've finally decided to myself those are not part of the album. Because I'm like, if I add those in, then I'm giving this thing a 6, and John's gonna call me racist. Yeah, it's like I think it's about an hour and a half of just normal songs. Well, normal. And that could be cut down to like 50 minutes for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, I'll check that out for sure.
Yeah.
And another release we had was Imagine Dragons' Mercury Act 1.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I like it quite a bit. There's a lot on it that's just boring Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
That's like probably a majority of the album, but there are a couple standouts. Like it starts off really good with what's the name of the song?
Life.
My Life.
Yeah.
I like that one. Like you said, it gave you Broken Mirrors vibes.
Yeah. Which is a good album to give vibes from, because that's their most, like, I wouldn't call it experimental, but they were trying a lot of new things on that one. And that's definitely the record they did the most of that on.
Yeah. And on this one, they did a lot of different shit.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, songs like, number... No, you like number one. No, I like number one, too. What?
Yeah.
I gotta look at the
track list?
Track list, not the set list. It's not a concert. Yeah, you can pull it up if you want.
Mercury, it's probably still in my thing.
Probably.
Nope, it is not.
Okay.
100 Gex is, though.
Of course it is.
Mercury Act
There it is. Mercury Act 1.
Okay.
Songs like It's Okay, which is, it's about being okay to not be okay, like that saying. And then No Time for Toxic People. I was really worried by the title of it. I was like, uh-oh. But like it didn't end up being that bad, but it's still kind of boring.
It's very fine. That one in particular.
And then One Day, okay closer. Yeah. Again, it's that boring Imagine Dragons. But my standouts are My Life, Giants, Dull Knives, and Cutthroat.
Yeah.
On Giants, Dull Knives, and Cutthroat, he does this really interesting like scream with his voice, and like that doesn't fucking happen. He's never like done like a scream.
He's like kind of done it before, but like he's like actually screaming on this album, which I don't think he's done before. I don't believe.
Yeah, he's obviously
not to this level.
No, I don't think so. He's obviously went through some fucked up shit in the past 3 years, because there's some like really emotional shit on this album.
Yeah. And
that's why I like it quite a bit, because I'm drawn to like that sad kind of emotional shit. But like, there's plenty of, boring shit on here. And the only one I really dislike, I think, is Monday. For like the first 3/4 of it, it's pretty good, and then it gets really fucking weird at the end.
Like they do kind of ruin that one.
Yeah. But you have it liked.
Yeah, I'll talk about it.
Sorry. But yeah, it's much better than Origins, and I think for the most part it's better than Evolve. Like Evolve,
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Evolve has its good points, but it has songs like Thunder on it.
It has really low points on that album.
And then Origins has songs like Bullet and a Gun, or 90% of that album.
Yeah. Or fucking I'll be your West Coast. That one always like fucking I always remember that because it's so bad.
It's really bad. But yeah, when the album started, I was like, first song starting off pretty good, and then Lonely was good, Wrecked was good, and then Monday came out, and I was like, uh-oh. And number one, the number one came out, I was like, okay, Easy Come. I was like, okay. Giants was like, ooh, because Giants does some interesting stuff with like the chorus that I like.
Yeah.
And then it gets into It's Okay, which is fine.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Definitely. Dull Knives, I really like. It's like fucking sad, and that's where a lot of the screaming is. Follow You, good. Like the chorus is good. The rest of the song I don't remember, but the chorus is catchy. I like that one. Cutthroat, I thought was because when I said I forget what I said, but you were like, I wonder what you're gonna think about Cutthroat.
Yeah.
And then I got to it, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, no, from the moment that one dropped, because Follow You and Cutthroat were the first singles released like together. And like I remember telling you that one of them was really interesting, expecting, well, not, I shouldn't say expecting, but I thought you were going to, like, listen to them. But, like, pretty much since that day when they dropped, I've been like, I wonder what he's going to think of this, of Cutthroat.
Yeah.
And?
Yeah, I like it. It's interesting. It's different. You know, it's not, like, perfect or anything, but it's better than literally anything on Origins, in my opinion. No Time for Toxic People, fine. Nothing special. And then One Day, fine. It's nothing special.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I'd probably give the album like a 5.5 to 6. And, you know, I think last week I said that I'd give Donda a 6, so I'm probably going to move that up to a 7. Just because I don't want to be called racist by John. But even though, you know, anything under a 10, probably he'll call me racist anyway.
Yeah, true.
But
true.
Yeah, overall, I like Mercury Reactor.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. It's kind of boring at points, but it's fine.
Cool. I feel bad because you like went completely like off script there. I'm definitely gonna be looking at my notes because I don't want to forget something.
No, you're fine.
But I have similar feelings at the end. We kind of disagree in some spots, but like I thought it was decent, like, which is a step up over the last album because the last album was bad. Even at the time, I was like, oh, this isn't it. I think I listened to it like 3 times too. Anyways, there's a few songs in here that I like quite a bit. Mostly My Life and Dull Knives. I think those two are like really solid mostly throughout. And like definitely I put them in like my favorites of the year like playlist because I think they're actually doing interesting shit on there.
Yeah.
And number 1, I think the chorus holds it back a bit. But like it has like a really cool like I've been mentioning it to you, but like there's like this quintuplet like groove on there that like I was first hearing that I was like, what the fuck? Like why is this in an Imagine Dragons song? But like I'll take it. And like I also like the chords and like the verses of that one a lot. I think it has a nice chill vibe to it. And Monday, the ending is weird. It doesn't completely distract me from like liking that song though. I think the production on it like it's kind of sick. I think it's really groovy and bubbly, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, there's like a weird like synth thing at the end that just if they got rid of that, the song would be much better. But unlike Origins, most of the songs here are just fine, and they're not insulting in any way. They're not like, what the fuck is... why are they doing this? It's not like painfully boring. It's just boring, some of them. But like, on this album, I just like really couldn't help but feel like they were holding themselves back on a lot of this stuff. Like, there were multiple times throughout the album that I was digging the verses of the song. Like, I was like, oh, this sounds like really good. And then just... right afterwards they would drop into another cookie cutter like pop like chorus like that they're known for, and it's like, oh, why didn't you just like keep that vibe and keep going with that? And like the biggest offender of that is It's Okay for me. Like I think the verses of that actually sound really good. There's like some cool instrumentation going on. Then they go into like this campfire, it's okay to be not okay, and I'm like, oh. It just like, for me, it just like ruins the whole song. It's like
that feels like a car commercial.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that's the big problem with their choruses is they tend to go into that. And for all the songs except for number 1 that I mentioned, My Life, Dull Knives, and Monday, I couldn't see those in a car commercial. Yeah. Maybe Monday, but like it'd be kind of a weirder one.
Right.
But yeah, I think the verses are really unique on a lot of this, and then the chorus is just so fucking generic.
Yeah.
And like also a couple of the songs get like brought down by odd production stuff. Like I appreciate that they're trying different things, but at the same time it's like, ooh. Like I said with Monday, and Cutthroat, I think Cutthroat is good, and then there's a point of it where it sounds really good in my opinion. It's like right at after the Brit, I think he's like, "Try me," or whatever. Like he just yells that, and like it deals into this weird like demented beat that's like, dun, 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 dun. And I was like, this sounds really fucking cool. And then there's some drums that kick in. I'm like, oh my god. And then they do these really gross vocal chops. Oh my god, not fast.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing to the song? It just felt like they shat on it. I was like, oh, it was right there. And I think the song's fine, but they just like throw it away at the end, and it kind of pisses me off.
They got halfway through the song, and then they did whippets, and they were like,
that's pretty much what happened. That's what happened. And I'm like, oh my god. They were so close to greatness on that one, but it was just fine up until that, and I'm like, oh, it's good, and then it's a roller coaster I don't like going on. And then for me, I think Giants, the vocal delivery and the chorus really distracts me. I don't know what it is about it, but it just, I don't know. If that wasn't like that, I would be like, oh, I could maybe like this song, but I don't know. I think the Dragons definitely took a step up here, and I think they have the potential to write another Night Visions or Smoke and Mirrors if they want to. Mm-hmm. And like, I kind of was losing hope that they would be able to get back to that level, but this gives me that vibe. Because like I said, I would also put this above Origins for sure, and maybe above Evolve as well. I'd have to listen through that one again. But they just need to stop appealing to the radio, in my opinion. They've made a lot of money. They can afford it. Yeah. They can afford not to appeal to it and do some interesting stuff. I said you can be rock and be interesting. You can be pop and be interesting. But the watered down pop rock that they've been doing for a while now is getting really tiring, and I think it's hindering them more than helping them.
Yep.
And I think when they were doing just interesting stuff on the verses, and I do appreciate the weird production, just I wish more people were like, maybe not that. I really do think they can make something cool and like have something good again that I could be like, I like Imagine Dragons and not be embarrassed. But yeah, I would give that one a 5 out of 10 because I think I like about as much of it as I dislike about it. So it's very much middle of the road.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I had a feeling we were kind of over. We just checked the time.
I mean, that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, Imagine Dragons is a band that I hold a pretty close place in my heart to, because that's, I mentioned it on the podcast before, I think, but it's the band that like you liked a lot when we were in high school, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to Imagine Dragons so me and Mike can have something to talk about. And I got into them. I really liked Night Visions and Smoke and Mirrors, and like there's a lot of Evolved that maybe not a lot, but there's definitely some off of Evolved that I like a lot. Like there's Believer, there's I think Walk the Line or something like that.
For me, I'll Make It Up to You is a really
I'll Make It Up to
one.
You is a good one too. But then there's songs like Thunder. And then after that, they went to Shit, and I was like really nervous for them. I was like, "Fuck, dude, come on! Like, just did something good." Like you said, I was embarrassed to say that I like some of Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, exactly.
And with this album, I can say that they tried something.
Yeah.
And it's better than their last couple. So
yeah, and Fantano hasn't reviewed this one yet. I have a feeling he might.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, it's just kind of gotten to the point where it's like, well, it's a week away now. But I'm hoping he doesn't like completely shit on it. I hope he feels somewhat similar to us. I'm hoping for at least like a 4. But he gave the last one a not good. So
I have a feeling that this will be in the 2 to 3 range for him, to be honest.
2 to 3.
Maybe 4 if he like finds anything interesting that we found interesting, like the singing. But if it's anything like Brad, I don't think that he's gonna like it very much. And Brad gave it a hard 0.
Yeah.
So he hated the vocals on it. He really could not stand it. Yeah. And I was like, really? Like nothing? You found nothing good on it?
Yeah.
But he's a snob, so.
Yeah, it's true. And one more thing I wanted to mention that I forgot about. Follow You, I always thought it was just kind of like okay. and I guess I still kind of do feel like that way, but it actually fit better into the album than I thought it was going to, because it's kind of the only song on here that feels Imagine Dragons, like typical Imagine Dragons, but it also sounds a little bit better than their usual typical one. Yeah. I was like, oh, you know what, this actually fits kind of well within the grand scheme of things. But yeah,
I can agree with that.
Yeah,
like I said last week, I went in completely blind, so I didn't really listen to any of these beforehand, but yeah, overall pretty good. Not great, not bad, you know.
Definitely a step up.
It's definitely a healthy middle.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are like an hour and 3 minutes in.
It's gonna be a long. We've had a lot of long episodes recently, but
you know,
it's okay.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, we had a lot to talk about this week.
Yeah.
So.
But it is time for Song of the Week, and I believe it's me first.
Yes, that's why you were on my list.
Your list.
It just said Colin.
I'm really torn between two songs.
Okay. You want me to pick a number between 1 and 2?
Yeah.
2.
Okay. So, I was gonna pick an Imagine Dragons song, but
but I didn't.
But Mike didn't. So 21 Pilots released their live stream version of Heathen/Trees last night.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to the shit out of that since last night. So I picked Heathen/Streams live stream experience version, 21 Pilots.
Hell yeah.
I want to say
all right. Heathens/Trees live stream edition.
Gorgeous.
I love that one. I didn't expect them to release that on streaming services because they've only done Shy Away, haven't they? Yeah, and they did that a while ago. You said that, I think it was yesterday. We were talking. You're like, oh, they're releasing this at midnight. I was like, yes, because this was my favorite part of the live stream, and I like the live stream a lot.
Yeah.
So
you got out of class. I was like, look at that. And you were like, oh my God. But yeah, I was super excited for that. I just want them to release the whole fucking live stream album on Spotify.
Just release the live stream.
Yeah, they really should do that. It was such a good experience.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to add more 21 Pilots onto the playlist, but you know, like we've said multiple times, it's our favorite band.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna probably have a lot on there for years to come. So get ready, folks.
Yeah, that song is gorgeous though. Like I really love the minimalist production they do on it. I'm a big sucker for mixing acoustic and electric instruments, which 21 Pilots does that a lot, but they don't really do like this kind of vibe a lot with like almost like ambient in a way. And like him with just the ukulele, just like plucking it, and then those synths in the background that are gorgeous. And then transitioning into trees. Remember when I was first watching that, I was like, what's he singing with the la 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 la? He's like, I know. I was like, oh,
oh my God, I'm gonna come.
Okay, now you're making the cum jokes on the.
You know, you've done a couple, so I had to.
Yeah, you gotta get a couple in there.
Throw it in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's gotta go in. But yeah, it's gorgeous, and the visuals for that one as well. They have the video on YouTube now. And I'd incline you guys to watch that because they do a really fucking cool effect with just like that whole section.
Yeah, it's just Tyler alone on a boat with a uke.
Yeah,
and there's stars and the moon in the background. Yeah, and it's just gorgeous.
It's beautiful. It's like a quiet moment of the concert, and like I always love how they do that. And they do like quiet acoustic moments. It's like a staple of theirs. But yeah. Really, really fucking good.
Really good.
Yeah, for me. For my song of the week, I've really been loving this Little Simz album a lot. I've listened to it probably like 7 or 8 times since last week. It's really good, and I was debating between the first song and this one, but I think this one is typically stuck in my head a little bit more, and just it's so good. It's called "I Love You, I Hate You" by Little Simz.
Little Simz.
It's easier to stargaze and wish than be faced with this reality. Is you a sperm donor or a dad to me and still?
Alright, that was I Love You, I Hate You by Little Simz.
Wow.
Yeah.
That production was really pretty.
Yeah.
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk about it though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really love that one. Like I was mentioning earlier, I do really love the mixture of acoustic and electronic stuff, and I haven't really heard that as much in hip hop. The closest would probably be some of the NF stuff, but I really love the orchestration and like these brass instruments coming in over fucking like over like a hip hop beat, but also like a little more creative with like that or whatever with the kick drum, and like I don't know, I fucking love how it's blended within this one, and it's really cool, and I really love the issues with her father that she's talking about in that second verse in particular. It's really good stuff, and she's writing it so well. I don't know. I really love that kind of sound. Yeah.
If there was any way to get me interested in the album, that was the way. Wow. Yeah. That was really good. Mm. Yeah. Like I said earlier, I know you were really, into this album all this week, and like, wow. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. It's really good stuff. And that like kind of orchestration is through like most of the album too, like with just like that orchestra stuff, and it's so good.
When you told John to listen to this, and he said that John said that it's a little too accenty for me.
Yeah, she does have a very strong British accent in her rapping.
In that song, it didn't feel like there were definitely portions of it where it was like in it.
Yeah,
she didn't say in it, but it was like, I'm British.
Yeah, a little bit.
But like, for most of it, I didn't feel like.
Oh, really? Interesting. That's like one of the most distracting things about her at first when I was listening. Just like I wouldn't call it like a bad thing. It's just like I'm not used to deciphering British accent while rapping.
Yeah. You're not used to hearing accents in music in general.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true, because like an accent kind of goes away when you're singing. So it is a little like odd at first, but I'm glad to hear that wasn't distracting to you, because like that means you'll probably get into this a little bit more.
Like the only person that I could say that I could hear it in other than that was like Rex Orange County. Like,
yeah, you can hear it in Rex sometimes,
but like otherwise, no. It was pretty good. I'm excited to listen to that album now.
Yeah. Yeah, the first song's also very, very good. So I think you'll enjoy that one once that comes around. Right. But yeah, really good. We talked about Brad's 10 out of 10 and also a 0 out of 10.
Yeah. I'm so excited for music. Next week we'll talk about Montero.
That's right. Yeah.
And then maybe Half Alive will do something during the week, and we'll talk about that too. But for now, we'll sign off. So.
Yeah. We'll end this kind of long episode.
Yeah. Most of them have been long.
That's true.
Pretty recently. Thank you guys for watching recently as well. We've noticed that more people have been watching on YouTube, and thank you for that.
Which is completely fine.
Yeah, it's
where all the links are.
Yeah. Honestly, it's really cool to see, because for a while we were just there's nothing wrong with it. We were getting like maybe like 6 views on a video, and that was fine. I didn't mind it, but like I did a little bit of promotion at school. Oh, maybe that helped a little bit.
Our promo man over here.
I'm Mr. Promo. Yeah. But maybe that helped a little bit. If you're here from me saying to check it out, hi.
Hi as well. I'm Mike.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening and watching. It means a lot to both of us. We're having a lot of fun, especially recently. The last couple episodes have been really cool. But yeah.
Yeah, if you're listening to us on streaming services, that's great, and we love you for that as well. And now maybe we should tell the YouTube audience to go to streaming services. I don't know, we'll see. But if you're on streaming services, you can check us out on YouTube, same name, and then you can find in the description links to Song of the Week podcast. Fucking it just sounds right, doesn't it?
I said playlist last week, so
Song of the Week playlist. This is my job. You're showing me up. No, it's not my job. But yeah, Song of the Week playlist. You can check it out there. Got my individual, his individual, then a combined one with us and guests. And then you can also find my music page, which I think I'm going to be doing something on soon. So keep watch for that. And Colin's review page, which he did do something on.
Yeah, I did. I reviewed Night Visions by Imagine Dragons. Check that out. Yeah.
But
And if they're on Twitter, follow the fucking page.
now he's getting mouthy.
Thank you, but like, come on, man.
We love you, but we hate you.
No, I'm kidding. You don't have to. It's just I'm talking to dead air.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Wow. Calls our audience dead air.
No, I'm talking about Twitter.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking to dead air.
Oh, that's
now.
what you're talking about.
I'm posting to dead air.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I mean, to be fair, most of the interaction you'll get on Twitter is dead air anyway.
That is true.
But,
don't follow it then. I'll delete it.
No. We can find like updates and stuff there though if something's gone awry and Mike forgot to record an episode again. But
it's perfectly fine. I don't care. It was a joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sarcasm. Sorry. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Do we have to do 28 more lashes?
I was thinking maybe I could have a turn.
Oh. All right. Sounds like we gotta turn off the episode. So, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.